So we're here in
Mhm.
game number 3 now. Once again, we are seeing Hex versus Big Ego Crew. Hex on the Legion side, Big Ego Crew now on the Hellborn side. Um, the bans are all the same from game 1 and 2, except for the Aluna. Actually, no, the Moira was not banned Was it last game? The Moira was actually open, right? And nobody
Yeah,
picked her.
that's what I was saying. Like the Moira, the Angie, the Rally were open last game, and Shorkan didn't pick up any.
And speaking of that, Ophelia, look at
Mm-hmm.
that. Also, the electricians. Nuki, I think, has been banning that every single game, and they're gonna first pick the electrician here. So they already got pretty powerful picks coming out between both the electrician and the
Right.
Ophelia. And I think that Ophelia pick has kind of signaled some of the Big Ego crew. They picked that Moa pretty quickly, but they're thinking about what they want to do now. I think that Ophelia is gonna kind of change the way the game is played. They're gonna need to think about how they want to draft around that. So,
Mm-hmm.
what
Sorry.
kind of ways do you think we're gonna see Big Ego Crew try to deal with the Ophelia? You think they're gonna draft like heavy counter push, or do you think they might even look to draft like a jungler themselves? What do you think the not the alternative, but the what's the thought process when you see the Ophelia pick? What do you want to look to do yourself? Go go Plague Rider.
Nice. Um. Yeah.
I'm just gonna
So.
do one of these because that makes me sad.
Indeed. So Moa is already kind of nice against push lineups, or
Hmm.
getting pushed early game because of his acid bomb or acid coke. Yeah, acid bomb. Yeah, acid cocktail is the coconut. So and they pick up bombardier. So picking a lot of magic burst, well, not magic burst, but like wave clear heroes is not bad, but it also sets up nicely for a barrier on the Legion team. So that's a kind of point, and something that can clear creeps quite efficiently is the Plague Rider, as Wood mentioned, but it's not really a good hero, so I don't expect Shurken to pick it up. But again, uh, not the most standard picks by Shurken again, so I like this. Although they are,
They have a lot of anti-push there with both the Midas and
yeah,
the Bombardier, two of those
well,
heavy
that's the Moa.
intelligence nuking creep nuking heroes. So safe to say
Hmm.
they gave it some thought about what they want to do here to deal with the Ophelia.
Definitely, definitely. And so we'll see what impact it ends up having. Of course, uh, picking Bombardier, if it's gonna be a solo mid Bombardier in the Sate, needs to be very careful because Ophelia very
With
easily can gank
Gladiator
it.
or Electrician. Yeah, two
Yeah.
heroes that have quite a bit of lockdown
So
for that Ophelia rotation as well.
when
Pretty
people see
scary.
Ophelia, they just think, okay, we're gonna get pushed, but don't underestimate like Ophelia's early game ganking impact either. So
Hmm.
definitely looking forward to that. And I think it's from what I'm seeing, it's gonna be a MOA support, not a core MOA like we've seen last game from Hex.
That's what I'm thinking as well, but at the same time, I'm almost wondering if they're thinking about doing a one role master. Um, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
and picking up like some more supports that they feel like could be quite valuable here. We'll have to see what they decide. They're shadow picking the Tundra and the Magebane. Now the Magebane one, I don't know if I necessarily agree with against the Ophelia, but at the same time, something I think they like is the Magebane against the Electrician because he's a big mana rift target. And I
That's
noticed that
true.
when Big Ego Crew does pick up a Magebane, it's always against an Electrician. So I've kind of caught up on that a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. Now, with that being said, I still don't think Major is the correct carry to pick up when you go against an Ophelia lineup because it does take Major quite a bit of time to come online.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
think that's a bit of a too passive carry.
Yeah, if anything, something like a Moon Queen could be also nice to do some cleaving, but that's also a bit slow maybe. Uh,
I
I
love that
almost wouldn't.
lineup from Hex. That's a great lineup.
Definitely a lot of potential in that lineup. wonder if they're gonna. Do you know who their Ophidia player is? Is it Whoop?
I think Whoop and Dude both play it, but also Chris plays it. So I think they actually have three Ophelia players. And the one for me is who plays Gemini?
That's why I was asking, because if a Whoop was gonna play Ophelia, I was like, who plays Gemini? But if looks like Whoop is gonna play the Gemini.
So then I think, yeah, okay, yeah. So it looks like Chris is gonna play the Ophelia. We didn't really talk about the bands. Do you want to go over them at all, or we're kind of like done with the draft?
We could go over them quickly.
I'll just kind of point them out, and we'll finish off the picks here. Magnus,
Okay.
Rally, and Malakin. So from Hex, they got rid
Mm-hmm.
of some big team fighting strength heroes as well as the Malakin. I suppose makes some sense because he's a great team fighting carry, and he kind of comes online pretty early with the Thunderclaw and the Shrunken Head, and he's kind of ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
The Arachna, the Sandwraith, and the Engineer come out from Big Ego Crew, and
I suppose the Arachna would be good to push with Ophelia to give everybody True Strike around.
what I think is the Arachna is a good 1v1er against Bomb.
Oh, that too.
I think that's why they banned it. But I don't know if Hex necessarily plays Arachna. I never really see Snooki play Arachna. Now, with that being said, I'm sure he could manage to play her just fine. But the Engineer
Mm-hmm.
ban, I think team fighting on top of the Electrician, that could be a pretty strong combo. They get rid of that stuff. I guess nothing really too off the wall in terms of bans. They finish it off with Tundra and Magebane, so they do actually end up going Magebane in the end.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I'm leaning
Okay.
more toward I don't really like it, but the Tundra
Actually, this
pick,
is
yeah, go ahead.
interesting because they're running the Bomba Max. So, so what happened? What can happen is Mageban can get the bomb put on his head and blinking on people, giving him a bit more laning presence, I suppose. But I've never seen a bomb support run yet, so interesting to see.
So I have a question. I think I might have missed something here. There's a lot of Rev Wards in the Legion's jungle. Did the Hellborn team run in here and block a camp?
Yeah, I think so.
So they actually got that
As we see
countered
on
right away.
Ophelia's and Monarch's GPM, I think Monarch got the Rev word countered, and Ophelia got the real word countered somewhere in their jungle.
Oh yeah, and he's so this is what I was gonna say. They picked the Tundra to block the Ophelia camps and really
Mm-hmm.
slow her down. So they actually tried blocking both camps, but one ends up being perma blocked here by the Shiver. That's
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
pretty annoying for Ophelia. He's gonna try to gank here right away with the Skeleton King. We'll see if it ends up being successful. Looks like they're going for the Master of Arms. Here comes the net. They have a Crippling Pollen coming up in 2 more seconds. The Twin Fang Stun lands, and this will be the Bloodlust kill onto Master of Arms. It looks like Tundra is going to decide to fall back. Actually just ports to the tower, so just keeping his positioning good there to not give up another kill. But
Yeah, for sure.
that is the start that Hex was looking for with their Ophelia. So
So
Gemini
overall,
actually got the Bloodlust, and that ends up working out even nicer for them.
overall Tundra MOE is a decently strong lane, but with the addition of the Ophelia threat, and they are committing the Shiver to the left side of the jungle, so they aren't getting that extra vision for the Ophelia gang. So that is kind of dangerous for them. But so they need to really pay attention for the lane control, and they can't really have the lane up at Legion's tower in the bot lane.
Yeah.
And mid lane, I think Electrician should do just fine against the Midas. Midas early game doesn't really have the most harass
Whoa.
potential.
14 and 2 against 6 and 0. 15 and 3 against 6 and 0. Were you expecting it to go this much in favor of Electrician?
Not this much, but I would honestly not be surprised if Electrician would do just a bit better early game than the minus.
So mid lane, we have the off lane Gladiator who's going up 1v2. He's going to rotate into the mid lane. We're going to have a grip come out. Here comes the Pitfall on top. It's going to connect to stop the Elemental Warp. Here comes a Showdown, and he will get pulled back, and this is going to be a kill. Fantastically executed there coming out from Hex as they stagger all the abilities beautifully.
Yeah, beautifully played. That was very nice Gladiator plays there.
Monarch, he's going to try to get in range for the crippling paw, and it looks like they actually want to dive this, but here comes the counter here from Master of Arms. Yep.
They have the XP advantage in the bot lane. They are almost level 4, while Hellborn is just getting level 2 in this lane. So
yep,
they need to be careful now. But Ophelia doesn't even need to be here anymore for them to win this lane. I mean the Gemini and the Monarch.
Veiled Rot by Ophelia. They're going to try to set up another kill here on the Midas. And this could be a kill. Electrician, he is... here comes the grip from Ophelia. There is the grip. And... oh my god, one hit. So close.
If they had uphill vision, Ophelia could have gotten it with his creep and the zero, but they didn't have uphill vision on the Midas.
I feel like if Ophelia had level 2 Nature's Wrath instead of level 1, that would have been a kill as well.
Oh, you max like that? Okay, yeah. That's interesting.
You don't really get too much benefit from having the level 2 in command at level 3, because you still get only one creep. So it's more so you just get a little bit of movement speed on the creep, but not super worth it in my opinion.
Dude snatched the top room, but he might die for it here. It's a max range. I mean, a max duration bomb explodes on his face. And
what did the rune actually spawn? I didn't catch it.
It was just a money rune. Bounty.
Oh, okay. Merrick's rune, yeah. So the rune will actually spawn DD. Look at the damage coming out onto Midas. He's gonna need to warp away. He lands the transmute. Sticky bomb will miss from Bombardier. And he's got boots on the electrician. He's thinking about going for this kill, but too far.
No vision for him out there. He was just kind of blindly charging in for it. Okay, so the Legion team is doing good in the mid and the bot lane, and the Hellborn team is obviously free farming. As they go on the Thunder here, but Twin Fang Stun is gonna miss, and they turn it around to the Monarch, and Monarch is taking a lot of damage here. Standing in the Acid Bomb, and he's gonna go down.
He actually died to neutrals.
Oh, he died to neutrals.
Yep.
That one Fire Ogre just laciding it. What a Chad.
Fire Ogre doing the dirty work. Big Ego Crew's probably not too happy with that, as they would have gained themselves a kill there and evened up the score, but yeah, we saw the damage from the Acid Bomb on top of those Tundra right clicks with the Cold Shoulder, so some nice synergy there, utilizing lots of auto attacks. Ophelia is now level 5. She has the 2 creeps, so she's doing quite well. Picks up the Ring of Sorcery.
She's gonna have a Skelly and a Mina, so I expect a gank to come out again. I think onto the mid lane.
He's got another Veiled Rot as well, ready to go. He's been gonna blink in top lane and put a lot of pressure on the Gladiator. He's gonna be all the way out of mana.
He needs to be careful. Smoked Ophelia mid as I predicted, but Midas nowhere to be found. It looks like they're doing the Big Ego Crew thing where they take out stacks with the Midas and the bomb, which is very efficient. I really like this. It is. They do this a lot, and I think a lot of team needs to learn how to do this.
Oh, Midas will actually break the rod from Ophelia. I think the bigger thing here is he's actually avoiding the Ophelia gang too.
Yeah, as well as getting farmed, so this is quite amazing.
Yep.
And Mino taking a lot of damage, but Mino's gonna be fine.
Go, go, Minotaur. So yeah, we have 2 really farmed heroes on the side of Hex. We have a much more spreaded GPM chart from Big Ego Crew, where they have the free farm on the Mage Bane, but he's still 0-0-0, so it's just purely last hits at this point. But he does have the most last hits in the game. He's sitting on 50, so at the 7-minute mark, 50 last hits, it's safe to say that's pretty solid.
Yeah, a lot of missed ones.
Electrician, he's got his sorcery boots as well, so they have 2 Ring of Sorceries now on the side of Legion. Safe to say they'll be plentiful on mana and other heroes.
Definitely, yeah. I would almost like electrician to just buy armor boots, but also sorcery boots is great on electrician. But having two mana rings is a lot of gold invested to having mana on your team. Or maybe I would like Ophelia to buy an armor boots rather than electrician, because electrician's hero is actually has good synergy with the armor boots, and Ophelia's hero, sorry, mana boots, and Ophelia's hero doesn't really. And
Bot lane,
ganking
we're
the
gonna have
bot
the
lane,
dog split up. Ophelia coming in. I think that might have even been a veiled rot gank. So they kill the Tundra. He was level 6, but not able to do much 1 versus 3. Also with the threat of Ophelia's touch being
and
available.
now we've reached the point where the Midas is probably just gonna push out the mid lanes and go into the jungle, perhaps take out the stacks. Maybe along with Short here, because Moa is also great at taking stacks out. But it looks like they're porting another hero here. Smoke
Tundra
Thunder
with
coming in.
veiled rot as well.
But 4 heroes are here for the Legion, so this is by no means a free
Here comes
kill.
a pitfall. Showdown's gonna come out. Acid bomb. We're gonna have a big team fight brewing. Ophelia's making her way over. Tundra, he's trying to get in range for an avalanche. But they do have cleansing wind as well, so you know
Gladiator
it's.
didn't have mana for Call to Arms with 2 mana rings on his team. Ay ay ay.
Can you believe we had 9 players here in the mid lane and nobody dies?
Yeah.
The only one
I
to
thought
not
this
come here
gonna be
was Whoop, and you know Whoop with the 300 IQ, he's like, nah, there's not gonna be a fight here. I'm just gonna keep farming.
exactly
Wisely staying down in the bot lane.
Nerves of Steel making the call that this is not a fight.
Yeah, at the same time, I think that was a pretty good fallback from Big Ego Crew because fighting into the Ophelia's touch, and if they commit the avalanche there with Monarch right in range to cleansing wind it away, I think they might just end up losing that fight. Even if
Definitely.
they were 4 versus 5, I think they would probably still lose that fight.
Yeah, I definitely forgot to mention this in the drafting phase, but Monarch is very good against Tundra. It's just
For sure.
removes the ultimate one on one. Just so yeah. 4 heroes in the bot lane for Legion. Looks like they won this tier 1 tower, and we'll see what Hellborn reacts to it. They do have the Tundra MOA, so that's quite a bit of counter push if they want to answer this. But Tundra looks like he's hanging around in the mid lane, perhaps trying to set up a gang, but I'm not even sure they can kill this electrician if he has his shield up.
Yeah, Electrician, he is pretty nasty early game. We're gonna have a sticky bomb come out here onto Moa. Showdown comes out. Here comes Call to Arms. This could be a kill onto Moa. Okay, Call to Arms actually misses. Gemini jumps in with the Twin Fang stun, but they are not gonna get anything other than the tower.
Really well played.
Here comes the Avalanche. Cleansing Wind removes it immediately. The Airstrike comes out, does a lot of damage to Ophelia, but here comes the Ophelia's touch as Electrician comes in with the grip, and they take out the Bombardier. So we talked about it there. There's the immediate removal of the Avalanche, and the Airstrike. You know, it did do good damage, but they didn't get it on the target they were looking for. Oh, wow. All the Ophelia creeps do end up dying to the Midas Transmute, and now Electrician. Is he going to be... Okay, we're going to have a grip come out onto Tundra, and they're actually just going to turn this around. They're just too strong, despite the dives coming out. Gemini, he's got a Twin Fang stun coming up in 1 more second. He's going to get hit with the Transmute. Here comes the Sticky Bomb, and Gemini will fall. So big dives coming out from Hex. Here comes a Pitfall. It hits onto 2, but they are going to be forced to fall back. The Couriel is going to slow up Electrician, but looks like the Cleansing Shock will get him the distance. So they do end up losing the Gemini there. A bit of a risky dive coming out.
For sure. So I was gonna call out how good Big Ego Crew were dodging the dive on the tier 1, but then they actually went in with the avalanche and ended up falling on the MOA, I believe. So yeah, and well, it was a good idea by Snooki, I think, to dive like that because he's pretty tanky. Some tower got denied mid lane, I think.
Yep, the bomb is going to land here onto Electrician, and despite having a haste turn, he gets stun locked. The sticky bomb into the transmute. Magebane blinking on top. That was a nice coordination there from Mex and Dutch to line up that stun. Because the haste rune for sure would have caused some issues there for them.
Monarch's just looking at some creeps here. And looks like Ophelia's gonna buy a staff as an Ophelia player. Oh, top lane though.
Yep, Gladiator, he's gonna get dove by 3 players. He ends up falling.
Max and the Dutch are having a lot of fun with this sticky bomb combo. Sticky bomb on Magebane, blink on target. That's a fun little thing.
I think so as
back
well.
to Ophelia, what do you think about the staff? Do you think he's right to buy that right away, or would you like to see something like a barrier idol, astrolabe kind of build first?
Yeah, I think the astrolabe would make a lot of sense, and the barrier could be a good follow-up to help them push through the towers. But it's gonna come down to how quickly he can get the staff, because right now it's looking like he'll get that maybe around the 18 to 20 minute mark, if all goes well. And we'll have to see if that becomes a timing for them where they can utilize the big ancient creeps. The one issue I have with that is if Hellborn picks up an arcane bomb, I feel like that's a lot of gold invested into an item that isn't going to achieve a whole lot. Because when you pick up the ancient creeps, you lack the stuns from the from the hard camp creeps that you would normally have. So you'll lack lockdown, but you'll have bigger, stronger creeps in terms of like pushing towers down quicker. But I feel like 1 arcane bomb, maybe even 2 arcane bombs, and then your staff pickup is kind of wasted. So hopefully we'll see an arcane bomb picked up on somebody. Maybe like the Master of Arms could be a candidate for the arcane bomb. Even the Bombardier.
Yeah, probably either the MI or the Bombardier. I think the Thundra is gonna be too busy picking up for the key.
Maybe
the Midas is also
box.
kind of okay because he's like a quick farmer, so he could quickly pick it up if it comes to that they need it immediately. The grip comes out mid lane on the crippling pollen, but I don't think they have enough damage for this Midas.
Nope.
4 heroes in the mid lane again. Well, Dutch is just kind of farming around here, ready to help his team.
He's got the cleaver picked up, so
yeah.
Gemini, he's got 3,000 gold saved up. Are we gonna see the mock Gemini? I really hope we're not. I really hope we don't see mock Gemini.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, it's kind of a nice timing by Dutch to buy the cleaver because the Ophelia was just looking for him on the lane, and he just transitioned into jungle to clear out some stacks here, so he also avoids a gank while farming, so double efficient. Approaching 500 GPM now.
Oh man, how much I despise the mock Gemini build. It's an item that gives you no stats, and it takes so long to pick it up.
Well, definitely.
And on top of that, he has a jungler in the team, so it's not like he's gonna be able to rotate into jungle with a mock.
No, he did it.
No, I knew as soon as he was pulling that much gold, he was gonna buy a mock.
Bad dog.
Bad dog. Very bad dog. But we're gonna see the whispering on Magebane. That's pretty standard. 99.9% buy a Firebrand as his next item. If he buys anything else, I'll be very, very confused.
Same. Yeah.
Portal can Electrician, by the way, and an Invis rune.
He's ready.
So Zunuki didn't go for the Gnome's Wisdom this game, valuing the initiation. I can't really argue that the fast PK following up his sorcery boots is not correct. So we'll see if they can make a kill happen here. I think ideally they want to try to get the catch onto both at the same time so the grip can continue to channel. Bot lane, they get the kill onto Gemini with Avalanche and Airstrike. Pretty good kill coming out.
Definitely.
Here comes a gank attempt in the mid lane as Snooki's setting that one up. Call to Arms going to land onto both. They haven't brought anyone down yet. Magebane is now here, and he did use his Mana Rift onto Electrician. They will get the kill. and the dive will not be successful, it looks like, as they end up losing both the Gladiator and the Electrician. Ophelia's touch was used from the top lane, but not going to be enough to...
I didn't catch the beginning of that, but looked like they were going for different targets. Like the MOE and the Midas were both brought down to about half HP. The MOE a little lower. So maybe if they actually committed to killing one of them, they could have gotten that successfully. But this way, it was kind of a disaster for Legion.
So what do you think about their decision to take a fight without the Ophelia? Do you feel like that Ophelia should be there if they're going to be taking that fight, or do you feel like they should play more
Yeah,
around the Ophelia?
yeah, I think so because Ophelia is kind of okay.
Mageman's going to
So
get locked down by the creeps here, but Gemini, again, going for different targets. So once again, they're not really committed to...
all of Ophelia's creeps just
yeah,
died.
all of Ophelia's creeps are dead now. Mageman, he's going to take a combo here. He's going to get tableted to safety from
Who bought the
Moa.
Arcane Bomb? Max bought the Arcane Bomb. He has
Ku-
300 GPM again.
Kudos to Mex for buying that arcane bomb. That is huge, and I feel like Ophelia is going to really taper off now. She is getting close to the staff, which we
Yeah.
talked about, the 18 to 20 minute staff, but
I really wanted to point out that Legion team has taken less towers than the Hellborn team in 20 minutes with an Ophelia.
mhm.
Which obviously you don't. I mean, with an Ophelia, you don't have to push, but it's kind of a nice quirk to the hero that you can do it. And meanwhile, the Hellborn team doesn't even have kind of any push heroes. They just have wave clear heroes.
Yeah, yep, I agree with you completely. We have the portal key picked up on Tundra. Midas picks up a Gnomes, and he's also sitting on 3,000 gold, so a lot of farm across the board of Big Ego crew. And still waiting on the mock for Gemini to come online, but I feel like Gemini is not going to really be able to fight with just a mock. He's going to need some follow-up item. And that's a big part of why I really don't like the mock. It just doesn't really provide a whole lot. Gemini,
Yeah,
he can farm pretty fast by just splitting his dogs up and cycling them to base. Doesn't really need
bound
that.
eye on the gladiator. Mm,
That's
That's a
interesting.
very early bound eye.
Surprised they're
Okay,
picking
so
up
here
an eye so early. There's the Firebrand for Magebane.
there's staff from Ophelia having 2 crushers now.
Yep, so those creeps can actually do tower damage by using their ability.
Coming out
They
from
stomp the ground and
Ophelia.
do AoE damage. Oh, is gonna get caught out here. He will die. Electrician has a PK and a grip coming up in 1 second. Oh, the block's coming in from the Wolf Commander camp. We'll see if they can actually get the catch. I think Bomb still might get caught here.
Run, Max.
He's got a portal
Run.
key coming up in 1 more second. The Pitfall will
Nice
connect. That will be a kill here on the Bombardier. The army of Predasaurs coming in.
Okay, so bit of sign of life. I was beginning to worry that Legion team is not gonna do anything with this Ophelia team fight kind of lineup,
Sand
and they're
Scepter
just
picked up on Midas.
now
I'm
it's
a
a
bit...
triple.
Sorry?
No, it's actually no, never mind. He picks up a Catman. It kind of looked like a Predator as well, but I thought
Grip
it's
comes
triple
out
Predator.
here. Pitfall will follow it up. Swift Fang stun. The doggos are split. Midas will die. Avalanche on the blue dog, but Gemini is still pretty strong. He's going to go in. He's going to recombine. And here comes Magebane with the Mana Rift on top of Electrician. Look at that freaking damage. Is
Definitely.
Electrician going to die, though? Yes, he will. Piercing
Is
Shards take
Maven
him
gonna
out.
die though?
Magebane, he has a Sticky Bomb on him. He's going to blink in offensively. Here comes an Airstrike, and they will get the Monarch kill as well. Ophelia
And
will fall.
okay.
And they only lose the Midas there for 3 kills.
Mhm. Definitely a good fight for Big Ego crew here. As the Mageman didn't die, he was actually. It was very nice to see the amount of trust Dutch had in Max there, because I think without having that trust, any other Mageman player would have just blinked out.
Oh, dude actually picks up a kill here on Devalka as he catches him with the showdown in the pitfall. Looked like nice play coming out from dude there. Pick up a solo kill. Volka perhaps got a little bit too greedy on low HP. I missed that initially.
For sure. I didn't see that actually at all, so I have no idea what happened. But Magebane has been approaching the 600 GPM mark, and it doesn't seem to stop. So I wonder if Legion team feels a bit pressured by this, feeling like they're on a timer, because if Magebane actually picks up 2 more items, I feel like he's might be just a bit too strong to deal with. But for now,
Yeah, we
I
talked
do
about
think
the major and pick being really greedy, but has it been greedy in the end? He got a free farm lane and they haven't really been able to shut him down.
never punished.
They just
That's
wanted to make us look silly.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so Ophelia recharges on some creeps. And also one thing to note about this is that Ophelia can use 3 creeps, but that requires 3 ancient creeps, which is A lot of farm, B it takes kind of 2 minutes to set up, right?
Yeah,
So
and it also takes away farm from Gemini.
yeah. And they
Top
lose
tower
another
will
tower.
fall.
And Congar, there's a
Here
fight
comes a
at
showdown into a call to arms onto Moa. The Master's Call was already burned. They're going to grip here onto Midas. Will the TPs come in time? Midas is still pretty tanky, but he will fall. Mage Bane is here. He's thinking about going back in. The Mana Rift is available. Gemini jumps in but misses his Twin Fangs jump. And it looks like they are going to end up falling here on the Tundra as well.
Okay.
Chrysalis will come out here onto Electrician.
I think Dutch was feeling quite confident there. And it ended up baiting Bulka into blinking in. And then Dutch was just like, oh wait, you blinked in? I guess maybe not.
Yeah, unfortunately they died one by one there.
Yeah. But not the worst thing in the world, but if Legion can get 2 Congers here and perhaps a token on somebody,
Game could turn a bit.
Yeah, oh, Ophidia let one of his creeps die.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so they do clean out one Conger. Now, Hellborn does have vision on the second Conger, so
Yep.
they might have something to say about giving them token or anything like that.
So Mage Bane, does he look to buy a Shrunken Head this game? He's got the Geometer's Bane, or do you think he just continues to tank up?
It is a bit of a gray area, Legion's draft for this, but I do think it's still worth it because the Gladiator alone is such a kiting hero, as he blinks onto the
Gladiator,
Gemini.
speaking of him, he's gonna get caught here. Cleansing Wind comes out immediately. And here comes the Avalanche in response. No Cleansing Wind to remove that. The Chrysalis is gonna prevent the follow-up though. And here comes a call to arms. Tundra will end up falling actually, so they turned it around. Between the call to arms and the Chrysalis, the Gladiator was just so freaking tanky.
He also picks up a Shaman, so that also contributes a bit. Mage Bane in the mid lane. Looks like he's just pushing waves. Gemini hasn't picked up an item since his mock yet. Looks like he's gonna go for something like a Geometers or a Frostwolf, judging from the orb.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what he's gonna go for just yet. Man, if it's a Nullstone, I'll be pretty freaking surprised. I don't think I'm gonna approve of a Nullstone. By the way, do you think Moa is buying a another Arcane Bomb? They actually get the kill here on Electrician.
Electrician, and I think Monarch as well. Can you repeat your question? Because I was kind of distracted.
Master of Arms, do you think he's gonna buy a second Arcane Bomb with the Neophytes book? Because he's already got a tablet, and I don't think. I mean, he could buy a Staff of the Master. Do you think?
Right.
Do you think he's buying a second Arcane Bomb, or do you think Staff of the Master for a potential upgrade to one of his teammates?
Wouldn't he have bought it already if he was gonna buy an Arcane Bomb?
Possibly, unless the recipe is not available. But
oh right, yeah, you're right.
I do feel like they're at the point of the game where they kind of got through the Ophelia phase, and they kind of don't really maybe need a second Arcane Bomb. So maybe staffing somebody like the Mage Bane, giving it a bigger radius on the ulti, or even I don't know how good staffing Tundra would be this game. Probably not that great since he doesn't have that much farm, but there's also Midas and Bomb. I guess Bomb would probably be the next best target. besides the
Bomb
Mage
getting
Bane.
caught here.
Yeah, speaking of bomb, Caster's Curse, he gets caught by Showdown, he dies. And Electrician, he's not done. He's going to jump in onto Moa, but the Avalanche comes out in response. Here comes an overcharge shot. The Mana Rift is going to come out for 686 damage, not the biggest Mana Rift. Buyback is happening from Bombardier. He still has an airstrike. He's going to port
What?
into the mid lane.
Dutch? Dutch?
And a double tap coming out for Whoop here on the
Hello?
Gemini. Where is Dutch?
Dutch is not
Is he
fighting. He's just
is
watching his teammates fight.
is he DC'd?
I don't, no, he was just going back in and out and in and out. But he's not hitting anyone.
That's so weird.
That's
Gemini is
look,
very low too.
he's running around in top lane area.
If Mageman actually TPs here, this is
A bit confused by this.
Electrician is gonna fall. The dives are happening from Hex though. They're gonna get cleaned up here on 3 players. So Dutch does eventually come here, picks up a double tap. I wonder if there was any shouting at him coming from the captain.
I'm pretty sure because he blinked in and then he started running out and then he was standing like next to the fight, watching it, not doing anything. And they started running top lane and then his teammates pulled back and then he started running back and actually cleaned up the fight. But I feel like he
Yeah.
could have actually, like he was full HP, he didn't have his geometers, but
Yeah.
maybe he didn't want to fight until he got his shrunken. I don't know. Probably some miscommunication between the players, but
Some lag
Looks like-
happened for sure.
Yeah.
We had a shrunken head pickup on Magebane, so perhaps he was looking to pick that up before taking the fight. Could
Yeah.
also be a reason. We're gonna have a blink in onto the Gladiator with the sticky bomb. The shrunken head is put up. Transmute lands. The cleansing wind not in time to save him. Here comes a grip onto Midas. There is a Mana Rift available from Magebane. He still has his Geometer's Bane as well. They're going to get the kill here on the Gemini. Gemini will buy back. The Electrician also bought back prior to this fight happening. And they do lose the tower. Here comes another grip from Zanuki. Will they be able to get any kills? Gemini jumps in, but he doesn't have a shrunken or anything like that. He's going to get stunned up. No Geometer's Bane. Heal comes out from Ophelia, but whoop. I don't know if he's played Gemini too much in the past, but that Mach not doing a whole lot, unfortunately. We're going to see the CC vote come out, and pretty dominating performance coming out from Big Ego Crew, Big Ego Crew once again. Most notably the farm on the Mage Bane. The score and everything else pretty even throughout most of the game. So I say a dominating performance, but it was a pretty even game, I think, for about 95% of that game until
Yeah.
the end came out there, where Mage Bane got a bit too strong.
Yeah, I think the Ophelia lineup kind of didn't utilize the Ophelia like almost at all. Felt like they were fighting without her a lot, not pushing towers.
Doing
and
some strange dives in the mid
Yeah.
lane, and yeah, Gemini
I do feel
buying
like
bad
the
items.
dives were kind of warranted because I think what Legion team felt was like they can't push because they had so many wave clear abilities on the
Mhm.
Hellborn side, like the Moa, like the Tundra, like the Midas. And they
Yeah.
felt like they could never approach a tower because there would always be an acid bomb down in front of it. There would always be a Midas combo in the creep wave. So I think that's why Snooki was a bit more ambitious and trying to go behind towers twice as well. So that they could catch those counter pushers before they actually do it. So I like the idea from Zuki, but the Ophelia lineup just didn't work out this time. Yeah, I think it could have worked, but maybe a bit too many counter pusher heroes on the Hellborn side and just the Mage Bane completely free farming on top of that.
Yeah,
Ended up having-
I liked Legion's draft a lot. I didn't like the execution.